Hey everybody, welcome back. So recently a company called Odelfi or Odelfi, I'm not sure which, you tell me, they reached out to me and told me that they had developed what they felt was the #1 headlamp for mechanics and would I like to test one? And I said absolutely yes, because I've been crawling around under my Jeep a lot recently and my current headlamp kind of sucks. And I hate holding flashlights in my mouth. That sucks even worse. So they sent me two, and I have had one out and I've been using it, and I have to admit, I am pretty impressed with it. So let's take a look at its features. First, it's got about a 5-inch wide LED cob strip in the front, and that curves around your head really nicely. So you get this super wide, light strip coming out of it. Really lights everything up really well. Behind that, there's this like waffle pattern pad that on your forehead is just, you don't even know it's there. They also give you a lot of really stretchy elastic. And I have a size 7 3/4 head, and you can see how much adjustment I have left, and I don't adjust these tight. So this should fit anybody, even with a hat on, without a problem. It has 2 buttons here on the front, a power button and a button that activates the sensor. And then it has these 2 sensors here. One they call commission and the other they call remission or something like that. That's not exactly right. And then there is a LED beam, spot beam on the side. They call that an XPE LED. Not 100% sure what that means either. This charges via a USB-C cable, which they did supply. And then it's behind this little dust cover here. And this whole thing is rubberized, so it can take some smacks and not hurt. And the back of it's nice and rubberized, so it's not going to scratch up or cut you or anything like that. So it is just super comfortable to wear. So let's take a look at its functionality. You press the power button once, and that cob is going to light up. Watch your eyes. You press it again, and you get it on low, and it does not flicker in real life. It just does that on low for the camera. Press one more time, and you get the side light. One more, and the side light goes down dimmer. One more turns it off. One thing I have noticed, if you turn it on and you leave it set to one thing for very long, more than say 8 or 10 seconds, and we'll give it a second to do that, and then you press the button once, it then goes off. It does not cycle through. So when you want to turn it off, you don't need to cycle all the way through unless it's been, on for less than about 10 seconds. So that's pretty much its lighting functionality. Oh, wait a minute, it has one more. You epileptic guys, look away now. Because if you press and hold the power button, it goes into this mad, crazy strobing business. And yeah, that's enough of that right there. When you turn it on, you get a red power light here, and I know it's hard to see it. That also lights up red when it's charging. And then if you press the second button, it goes into this sensor mode there. Light changes to kind of a multicolor. And then when you wave your hand back and forth across it, here I'll do it with my thumb, wave your something across it, it turns on and off. I have found that honestly to be of limited use because I'm constantly turning it off when I don't want to and on when I don't want to. May different for you, but I got long arms and big hands and I'm always turning it on and off by accident. Now, they claim that the cob LED in front on high will put out 350 lumens and battery life is 2.5 hours. On its lower setting at 40%, it is 150 lumens and will run for 5 hours. The side light on its high is 150 lumens and will run for 4 hours. And on its low is 60 lumens and will run for 8 hours. And that flashlight, they say that will run for 8 hours too. Although I hope I never find that out. Now, I am at least glad that strobing they didn't put, in the main selection of lights that you have to go out of your way to do that, because most mechanics have no need for that, unless you're out on the trail and you're lost. Anyway, those are its functionalities. It does come with a supplied USB-C cable. I can't think of anything to say. Let's go try it out in the dark. I'm going to kind of compare it to my existing one. This is my existing El Cheapo. I forget what I paid for this, but it was well under $10. they didn't really give me enough elastic. I have it adjusted out as far as it will go, and it's way tight on my head. Plus, their elastic has almost no stretchiness at all. It's hard plastic on the back. It sticks way out the front, so if you bang it, that plastic is kind of tough on your head. I have not been very happy with that. It does work in a pinch. It's okay, but it's nothing like the comfort of this strip lamp and how close it fits to the front of your face. The only real negative I have found about this, if like me you wear glasses and this light here is over front of one ear, your glasses are going to be like right there, and that's going to reflect back in your glasses kind of blindingly in that eye. Now, your glasses might not do it. It just might be the way mine sit on my face and curve, but that's been my experience. But you know what? That's just kind of an afterthought. This is the main show up here, and that doesn't do it for me, even though it sits so close to my head. So anyway, let's get out in the dark and let's take a look at it. Okay, pitch black here in the garage. This is the El Cheapo, and that's its little spot right there. And then this is its flood. And it doesn't have any different high and low settings on it. It's just on or off, spot, and flood. Okay, this is the StripLamp Pro. First we get the StripLamp on high, and then we get the StripLamp on low, and then we get the spot on high, and we get the spot on low. So as you can see, it's a pretty dark night out. You can't see much anything. Neighbor has some of those rope lights across their house, and a few over there. And let's start with the El Cheapo lamp. This is El Cheapo headlamp. That is the spot. And this is the flood. So if you needed to work on something, it doesn't do a bad job lighting stuff up. Now be aware this thing does stick out the front of your head a ways, but it does a pretty decent job of having a flood. Worst part of this thing is it really isn't very comfortable. And if we were to get under the vehicle, again, its floodlight does a pretty decent job. Not going to complain about it. For what it costs, other than the fact that it's not very comfortable and it does stick out quite a ways, it's not too shabby. Okay, same exact place, StripLamp Pro. This is the high on the strip light in the front, the Cobb LED strip. High, and then low, and then its spot that's on the side. One thing about this is that since it's so close to my face, it does seem to reflect in my glasses a bit. And then one thing I'm also starting to discover is if you can cycle through all the different settings on it, but if you leave it on one setting for any period of time, I don't know, more than say 10 seconds, and you press once, it goes off. So the idea that you have to cycle through them all to go off is incorrect if you leave it on. Now it's been on for what, 10-15 seconds on high on the strip. I'm going to press it once and it's off. So didn't pick up on that before, so let's take a look. That is, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's coming through here, but that is a lot more light than it's coming out of the El Cheapo, and it is a lot wider. It's because it's curved, you know, partway around my head too. And then the high and low, and then the spot. And you can adjust the spot simply by how high or low the band is in the back, and then the spot on low, and then back to high on the strip light. So let's look under. And yeah, there's a lot more light. I don't know if it's coming through in the camera, but there's a lot more light. And I mean, I'm looking at the back, I'm looking right at the back of the vehicle, and if I look out the corner of my eye, the vehicle's lit up almost all the way to the front. That is a lot more light. And because it fits so close to your head, you're not really bumping it or banging it into things when you're under a hood, when you got your head stuffed up in something, or things like that. There's the drive shaft I just shortened. My next video is going to be shortening that. It's already done and in place. So very impressive. But if you wear glasses, it does have the downside of being so close to your face that it does kind of reflect a little bit in your glasses. The cob light's not so bad, but the spot really hits the corner of my glasses and shines kind of, lights them up and kind of shines back in my right eye. But yeah, there's full power on the cob light. There's low power, and low power on the cob light is about the same as regular power on the El Cheapo. And then there's the spot, and the spot is actually pretty wide. I think it seems quite a bit wider than the spot on El Cheapo, and brighter. And then there's low on it, and that's about what the spot on the El Cheapo is. And then off again. Just for sport and amusement, let's do that strobe just for fun. I don't know why. I think it'll be fun. You might not, but I do. So I think all we did was hold the button down. Oh yeah, that's loads of fun. Oh yeah, don't be doing that if you have epilepsy, huh? Holy cow, don't be doing that even if you don't. Anyway, let's go back in. Well, there you have it. That's my little review of the Odelfi StripLamp Pro. It works really, really well. And you can see by how it curves around your head like that, how it's going to produce that really broad, wide strip of light coming out. It really does a great job lighting up a large area because of that curvature, much more so than something like this. Also, because this thing projects, an inch or more out the front of your forehead, which in some circumstances may not be a problem, but this sits almost flush with your head. So, I mean, that's perfect if you're someplace like you're trying to slide under a car and this is going to catch on it. Also, this headband is really awful, and the back of this is just solid, hard plastic, so this is not very comfortable. I don't know, I've never tested its battery life on it, but I highly doubt it's 8 hours, whereas this says it is on low, so it's really pretty impressive. The side light works really good, but if you wear glasses, I have to think that, for me, it's kind of an issue because it does kind of blind the eye that it's on the side on, reflecting back in the glasses. And that just be my cheapo Zenny glasses, I don't know. But anyway, StripLamp Pro works super good, and I will put a link to it below. Thanks to Odelfi for sending that out. I'm going to get a heck of a lot of use out of this because, like I say, even in the sun here in Arizona, it's so bright out that as soon as you're in a shaded area, you just don't have the, what do the camera guys call it? You don't have the dynamic range. Your eyes just can't adjust quickly enough. And if the sun's shining in your face, you got to have light on what you're doing. Seems crazy, but it's true. Anyway, thanks for watching. Links will all be below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.